I complain about pairs all year, but then come Worlds, and it's just a nail-biter of an event. Hello! Since this is Worlds and I have a lot of thoughts, these winners and losers will be in 3 parts. We're starting with pairs. Winners, well-timed throws! I'm such a sucker for Florence and the Machine programs. Holichenko and Darensky, oh wow, what a great throw in the free. There's still a lot of growth to be done, but what a fantastic event for them. They went clean in the short, and most importantly, they earned their Olympic spots. Praise for you guys at the comments that were wishing Vipe and Luan Digby to do their absolute best, because they did. They've been so solid this season. They got so close to a medal at Europeans. I am sure next season we will see them fighting for a medal again. Maybe even stealing a couple of Grand Prix medals. They have slowly become dark horses of this discipline. Loser! Damn you, twists! Who cares about twists when you fly across the ice in a lift like that and you have side-by-sides like this? Aussie babies are going to the Olympics! Woo! And they were freaking top 10 again! I'm so proud of my Aussie babies, they have grown up so much. I'm sad that we couldn't say goodbye to the Umbrellas of Sharkwork with a banger, but I'm honestly so happy for them. They also improved their makeup. I see you, Nastia. The cameraman was in love with Nastia. They plainly ignored Hector at the end of that program in the repetitions. Now, for the things that you could improve, your twist, I'm very happy to hear that you're reworking on it. You're training with Diana Stellato, who has a great twist. Oh, I cannot wait until you are contenders for medals and you become favorites. Another one of my pointers is that they didn't look as sharp as they have looked in the past. Maybe Nastia was too relaxed and she needs to be more nervous, but Hector looked really relaxed and he didn't make mistakes this time, so I'm very proud of what they achieved. They are going to the Olympics. They are going to the Olympics. If only I could say the same about Yunasumi. Had they qualified to the free, being top 15 or won Worlds, I would have felt as happy. It was all in that goddamn twist. Still, I feel like a very proud mom. I'm really proud that they went for the triple twist. They had not tried it all season long, and they've been improving every single competition. I'll never grow tired of saying it, so I hope you're not tired of hearing it. And that lift, oh my goodness, they just fly. They fly, and I'm just, The judges did not give the lift to Yunasumi. Instead, it went to Ellie and Danny. But it was the best of the night, come on. Now they gotta fight for their lives for that spot in September. We'll go a little bit over that at the end of this video, so stick with me so you know if they have a chance or not, but regardless, I really admire Yunasumi. I highly respect their ambitions. They are looking forward to become world champions, and I see the vision. One day, this team will dominate. Mark my words. Winners, redemption skates. The thing about being a lover of pairs is that the field is so small that you grow attached very quickly. When Chetanina and Wozniak made mistakes in the short, I was like, oh no. They mentioned that they had very high expectations of them because they had performed so well all season, and so they were very heavy on them. And I'm sorry, I was one of those. This competition, they lack their usual pop. I'll attribute it to nerves because we've seen them all season. They have this special something between them. But they made their free and everything is right in this world. You can tell their programs are influenced by ice dancers, especially the free. They did not show their best, but they did enough, and enough was enough to climb a couple of positions. I kind of break my heart that Kovalev did not make the free. I've always considered them a mid-tier team, and not seeing them qualifying is just heartbreaking. Annika Hoke and Robert Kunkel also tried to have a redemption skate, but they fell a bit short. I cannot even begin to imagine what it must feel like to be the last to qualify and having been 5th last year. The important thing is that they maintained the 2 spots for Germany. They need to get healthy. Robert looked so winded during the performance. I was scared for him. I don't care if you skip the whole season and you return for the Olympics, but I want you to be healthy. And that leads to Miniki! Their shirt did not look sharp. They were very nervous. We could tell they were nervous. Every element was kind of shaky. But the redemption skate of the night, because they were already 3rd and they are already great and they won the night. Their free is just chef's kiss when it comes to composition. The music just pushes you to continue and you just get so invested in what they are doing, and obviously they are great. After the short, I thought they are not gonna win Worlds. And then in the middle of the free, I was like, oh, they have a chance. And then in the last lift, their signature lift that they had to wobble, they wobbled at the very, very end of their program. And I was like, this is gonna cost them the crown. And it did cost them the crown. Because RikuRyu, they are world champions once again. In my last couple of videos, I've just been beating them down because I don't like their programs. There should be another choreographer's involvement there, like, Lordy. And very funny, I know that we were all dumping, like, oh, they gave an update about changing their sleeves of their costumes or whatever, but it did make a difference. They skated so clean, they were so sharp. I don't remember if it was in a comment that I wrote that I see Miniki and RikuRyu winning because they don't make many mistakes and they're already good, but they don't dominate the field like Suihan used to do. After that short, I was like, that is dominance. What you just did, RikuRyu, that is what we need in this discipline. They made so many little mistakes on the free. I was like, oh no, who is it gonna go to? Is it gonna be Miniki or is it gonna be RikuRyu? Miniki or RikuRyu? Miniki, RikuRyu, ah! I'm sorry, I'm just realizing that I'm making so many noises this video. After their second two-footed landing, I was so sure they were gonna be done so and the crown was gonna go to Miniki. I just had this voice in the back of my mind saying, Miniki failed their last element, and you know what they say of lasting impressions and all, and you have to finish strong to get very good PCS. And I was like, oh no, the wobble in the last lift is gonna cost them. I'm so sure it's gonna cost them. If you ask me who I think should have won, I honestly don't know. And not because I'm a die-hard Japanese school fan. I genuinely think both deserve gold. RikuRyu dominated the short program and Miniki dominated the free skate. I would have been happy either way, honestly. Small fed rapid round. Danilo Van Ziva with a great short, but will continue giving me heart attacks with those unstable lifts. Gaini Shigerev top 10 in their first season, definitely earned. I might not always enjoy their interpretation, but they are solid in every single element. Vulamus Bouvard are the unsung upcoming team with gigantic pair elements. First time at Worlds and they did that. They achieved what they were aiming to do and they are probably giving the Swiss team their entry into the team event. Switzerland, give him a passport! Vanainen and Clearancy from Finland, I butchered that name, delivered in the short program like never before. She needs to let go a bit more. I know that she's a very emotional skater, but it just breaks my heart every time they finish skating because I can see it in the face, the defeat, and even before they finish skating. They need to work on that. Gotta learn how to recover from mistakes and focus on the performance no matter what. Pavlova Sviatchenko, top 10 again. They are climbers in the good sense. They will remain dark horses for the time being, but they should focus on finding their niche this summer and have better programs that don't evidence their weaknesses. Issa Meyerhofer, the fact that they made it to Worlds is impressive in the first place. They switched to pairs a year ago. A year and a half ago, they were single skaters, and they managed to show up at Worlds. Simply, how? Love the Ina Bauer Meyerhofer did in the throw, very pleasing. And they got the highest scoring side by side with the Lotzes, although it was looking suspiciously flat. Austria, you better support this team. Loser! The 3 spots, nobody, I repeat, nobody confirmed their 3 spots at Worlds. Nobody! Diana and Maxime made too many little mistakes in the short. They were never gonna win Worlds after that. They fought for every little inch in the free, but it was just a little bit too late. The program, I feel, is very much like a good sea witch kind of vibe, and I think they should have gone goddess. This generous but fierce and treacherous goddess, I think that would have suited Diana way more. Leia and Trent didn't have a good day either, so in total they got 15 points. They needed to get 13 to get the 3 spots. And Trent, you gotta jump that axle! Leia did! I wonder what the thought process was there. They just looked too nervous during the short, they fell, and then they recovered somewhat in the free, but they just looked out of the performance. Laurie and Etienne did what they had to do and qualified to the free with a clean short, but with a 5 and a 10. They won't be going to the Olympics as of today's standings. The Italians, mamma mia, Ghilardi and Brosini, they couldn't hold the fort. They needed to be flawless to have any chance in the top 5, and then they struggled even in their pair elements, and they didn't achieve all levels. I said to take almost 170 as their best score, because that was probably what we were gonna see, and they scored 174. Sadly, it was pretty in tune with what they have done all season. With only 2 pairs for Italy, I think Ghilardi and Brosini will have to fight against Mateo and Lucrezia if they are healthy, because I don't see how they're gonna beat them if they're healthy. And clearly, no one is gonna dethrone Conti and Machi. They fought, and they fought hard. Carmen was fierce. The throw in the loop right on the beat was, oh, wow. A winner for Fierce program and loser for the nostalgic ones. They totally deserve second place after that, Carmen. It was really, really good. And I don't say this easily because not even Kaori nor June sell me their tangos. But I think Conti and Machi could sell a tango, but not the type of tango, you know, the one that everyone repeats every singular season. Lean more into the mischievousness qualities that they show, almost alluring. We would say picardia in Spanish, or pícaro, and tango has a lot of that, and that's why they would really suit a tango, or a tango would suit them. The only federation that got close to the 3 spots was the US, but they must confirm their quota in September, and it might be harder than we think. Ellie, did your parents did not come to watch you? Why did you not land those throws? They have outstanding performance qualities, even from their face expressions to their body movement, to their elements, to the choreography, but the fact that they cannot skate clean is so detrimental to this team. Efimova and Mitrofanov, on the other hand, they held the fort as best as they could. We knew whatever they did was not gonna be about their position, it was gonna be more about everything that was surrounding them, and I am so happy they brought so much happiness to their hometown after everything that happened. Their choreography is so good. This year truly must have felt like a roller coaster at that extreme. I don't know if I will ever stop getting choked up when I see those pictures and when I mention the accident, but I'm glad they managed to get some much needed happiness to the city of Boston. Winner! Kirsten Towers. I used to really like her when she was skating. I really enjoyed her here in the booth. Obviously, she knows what she's talking about. And overall, she was really clear in her explanations and assessments. She also went off with the Georgians.
Want to draw the attention to the basic skating that was done from element 1 to element 6. There was nothing choreographically except for backwards crossovers. And they are a young team. I don't fault them for that, but it is something that we must take into consideration when we are comparing them with the best teams in the world.
Go off, sis! For some reason, Metelkina Verulava decided to get rid of my favorite short program in pairs. I suppose I gotta thank them, because this way I don't have to endure enjoying something from people that I don't like. And now I don't feel as compelled as to add it to my top 10 of the season. So thank you, whoever's idea was this. Maybe you found more grievance about Kirsten Towers with Ice Dance. I actually watched a bit of the Ice Dance. I get it, but I choose not to like it, you know, because even without knowing much, I know Yoshida Morita should have made the free. But yeah, definitely I just watched the first couple of groups in the short and in the free. But that's Ice Dance to you, and that's why I don't like it. Reason 121. Loser. Pair choreography. This is no mystery. I have not really enjoyed the choreographies of the pairs this season. I read that this was a whole technique and everything to maybe feel like a fresh program next season that is better suited to the teams. But even then, they felt really safe and not original. So, oh come on, let's do different transitions, you know? Because they always do the same transitions, they do the same entries, and there are very few teams that are actually trying to innovate. Yes, sometimes it leads to mistakes, but what better season to make mistakes than this one? I hope that at the Olympics, they skate like they want to win, and this is a winning program instead of just a safe program. Winner, Beijing! There are 3 more spots available for any pair that wants to go to the Olympics, which means whoever wins in the Chinese Nebelhorn are going to the Olympics. Starting with the US, they have already earned the 3 spots, but they need another pair not called Efimova Mitrofanov or Cam O'Shea to go to Beijing and secure the 3rd spot. There are 2 big problems though. Efimova does not have the US-Italian nationality, and we have no idea if she'll get it in time for the Olympics. And Daniel O'Shea broke his foot. He'll have to undergo freaking surgery this offseason. I would guess that they would send Emily Chan and Spencer Akirohao to confirm the 3rd spot, although they are very inconsistent. Macbeth Parkman are another pair who might be able to go to the Olympics. Valentina Plazas and Maximiliano Fernandez. That last spot is gonna be incredibly sought after by any of these pairs. Audrey Shin and Balas Nagy might be after it too, but they are a very new pair, and I don't know if they are ready for such a challenge. If they are up to it, I will be the first to cheer them on, but right now I don't think they need the extra pressure from qualifying to the Olympics. The last federation to have another slot is Japan. with Yunasumi. Yunasumi have to get it. They fought so hard this season. I am trying to be confident that they will get one spot in the team. But we gotta take into account that China is coming back, but not just a random Chinese pair. Wenjing is coming back. I feel incredibly conflicted because I don't want to separate Hong Kong. You know, I'm so loyal to this pair, but I love Wenjing too. And the little snippet that we saw with her new partner looked pretty good. I mean, I liked it. It looked very original. That's what I'm looking for. So we gotta assume that at least one of the tickets is gonna go to her. More so, because this will take place in Beijing. And if you remember, or if you know the news, Russia will have to fight for a place too. No official list has come out of Russia, and they will not make it public until they are screened. One of the stipulations was that they were not in any way associated with the war efforts, meaning no rallies, no pro-war shows, and no involvement with doping scandals. And that would put a question mark in many skaters from Russia. The thing is, we don't know how strict they're gonna be with the rules. I have to imagine that Mishina Galyamov are still pretty much frontrunners in pairs. Last I heard was that Galyamov was involved in a freak accident when he was skating in a lake, I believe. Even then though, if they send a mid-tier instead of their frontrunners, we've seen Gainish and Shigerev, Pavlova, Savchenko, we know that they are at least good enough to be in the top 10. That second spot will probably go to them. To sum up, those are the three in the podium: Russia, US, China. There are a couple of teams that even when they made it free are still a question mark because bureaucracy. The first being Nikita Volodin actually. He hasn't been given his German nationality as of today. Fingers crossed he will get it very soon. The other spot is Bouvard. He's a Frenchman trying to get the Swiss nationality, which are notoriously difficult to get. Probably won't get the nationality in time, so that's a potential spot for another pair. And that's the extra slot that Yunasumi, the North Korean pair, and the Kovalevs are gonna have to fight tooth and nail for. Alexa edit here. I forgot to mention my Filipino cousins, I'm so sorry. They're in the hunt too. I have to believe Yunasumi will medal, and that way they won't fall down into being a substitute. It's just a very big ask. I don't know if they will make it, but even if they don't, I just have to say I'm so proud of how far they have come this season. And if there is one thing that I applaud Mie Hamada, is that she's not afraid of working with different choreographers. Lori Nicole, please, we need you in the case. We'll get back to this once we have the official entrance to Beijing. Meanwhile, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the women's recap. Bye! The first eye dancers that I saw, they were also very good. I actually really like their tango. Reason 122.